Salaki, ran out of space. But I was saying, he stand up manfully. We gotta like King Dawada said, "Take not thy spirit from me." So we gotta pray the same prayer daily, not to enter into temptations and deliver us from evils. Right? As he goes on to say in 35, "For I have seen and I knew not, and hear that I do not know." So we're going to read things. Sometimes we don't get the complete understanding. Pray before you read. And precept is upon precept, line upon line, here little, there little. So that's how you're going to understand what you're reading. You might see it in other brothers' breakdowns. You might get it in a dream. You might see it later on because it's not the time to be revealed yet. The Lord conceals matters. That's His glory. As we seek it out as kings, keeping the statute, laws, commandments, you get a good understanding of what you're reading, what you're doing, what's your next step. I like to pray for thoughts, words, and actions. In all things that we're this vessel of the Rock of Kadash, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's Spirit, right? It says that, "For I have seen," Salaki, "or is my sense deceived, or my soul in a dream?" Right? So these trances he's getting, right? And right now, we in unleavened bread, right? And as I've been sleeping, I precepts, very vivid dreams, and I'm in control. I can think something, and I'm into that dream. I can see certain things, and then just like not all dreams are meaningful. Dreams are just dreams. He calls false prophets dreamers of dreams, because they say out of their own belly what they want to happen. They don't pray for the will, right? And that's just how knowledge puff it up. So when you get proud in this, you try to control things, right? And ultimately it could be for our destruction. So always pray for the will of the Most High to be done. And that's why we're going through the trials, because it's not our will. It's His will for us to be tried, right? So now 37 says, "Now therefore I beseech thee that thou wilt show thy servant of this vision." Right? "And he answered me then and said, Hear me, and I shall inform thee and tell thee wherefore thou art afraid, for the highest will reveal many secret things unto thee." Right? So this angel's about to tell Ezra what he's seen, right? And he said, "He has seen that," "he has seen that thy way is right, for that thou sorrowest continually for thy people, and makest great lamentation for Sion." So Ezra was telling this lady, why are you sorry for your child when we're sorry for the whole nation? And the Most High seen that. He said, "You're right. So I will continue to show you more visions." So when we do things pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, He continues to show us what direction, His vision, right? So he shows Most High will reveal many secret things, right? He has seen that thy way, or what you're purposing, is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's will, right? Way is right, for that thou sorrowest continually for thy people. Even the 2/3, damn, man. That's why the brother said, we're going to say we told you so, but even then it's like, they got to know death by pain. We don't know who the 2/3 is, so we got to continue to reach out. But even when you reach out, you're like, man, the brothers, they just don't get it. Maybe one time, maybe the next day they'll get it. So that's why we don't give up. We don't know what the brothers or sisters going through. But He's continuing to show them these visions. And that's what we want to be. Not man pleasers, but we're pleasing. If the Lord's pleased with us, He continues to show us the secrets, right? It says, "He that," Salaki, "This therefore is the meaning of the vision which thou lately sawest. Thou sawest a woman mourning, and thou beganest to comfort her. But now seest thou the likeness of the woman no more, but there appeared unto thee a city built. And whereas she told thee of the death of her son, this is the solution. This woman whom thou sawest is Sion, right? So this woman is Israel, right? And whereas she said unto thee, even see whom thou seest as a city builded, right? So this interpretation of this dream or this vision, Salaki, it is Sion. That's the woman. Whereas I say, she said unto thee that she had been 30 years barren. Those are the 30 years wherein there was no offering made to her, made in her. So you got Jerusalem, a people, right? Sion, a people. Yasharallah, Israel, a people. And there's no Salaki, what's the word? It says that there was no offering made to her, right? So, well, let's just continue to read. It says, but after 30 years, Solomon builded the city and offered offerings. There it is. So the temple was built by Solomon, right? So you just keep reading a little more and it explains, just like the vision as we read. You can have interpretation, Khan, Yasharala, Khan, you know, you see it as it is, double to that which is, you can apply it. And then it goes on to figuratively show you what it figuratively meant, right? Just like you can apply it now. Are people sobbing for our sorrows, but when you're on a bigger scale, seeing the whole picture, we sobbing as a collective whole. We want the people to seal so we can get out and get the kingdom, right? And we're working on the Lord's time. He said patience is our endurance, right? He who endured to the end shall be saved. Right? So it says, and whereas she told thee that she nourished him with labor, that was the dwelling in Jerusalem. So when she's nourishing him, when Solomon built this temple and we're giving offerings to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, these are us dwelling in Jerusalem. But whereas she said unto thee that my son coming into his marriage chamber happened to have a fall and died, this was the destruction that came to Jerusalem. Right? So, let's let the word tell its story. And behold, thou sawest her likeness, and because she mourned for her son, she beganest to comfort her. Remember, Solomon was Yahushai. So it's the same thing that happened when Yahushai on the scene. Only thing, he was the perfect sacrifice. The people, the 1/3 still mourned, and 2/3 said, crucify him, right? So, destruction, and behold, thou sawest her likeness, and because she mourned for her son, thou beganest to comfort her. We comfort those in mourning, right? The brokenhearted, the stranger, the fatherless, the widow, the ones who are going for the statute, laws, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. These are the ones that are going to be comforted. Blessed are you that mourn, for you shall be comforted. And it says, and of these things which have chanced, these are to be opened unto thee. For now the Most High seeth that thou art grieved unfeignedly, and sufferest from the whole heart for her. So had he showed thee the brightness of her glory, and the comeliness of her beauty. See, and that's the thing. No matter what happens in this life, the king, this is the last captivity. The king now the Most High can do whatever he wants. If he takes you out and he wants to bring you back reincarnated to finish off, to see the death of your the death of your enemies, or whatever, as as a child, right? Because you got to go through it. It's not like you can be reincarnated like the Indians say into a whole nother person, take over their body. No, you can come back as a babe, right? He can do whatever he want, but it says, for now the Most High see it that thou art grieved, Salaki. Yeah, and the comeliness of her beauty. So that the things to come will never compare to anything beautiful, right? The toiling of the lilies, right? It's like the kingdom, and the kingdom's built, you know. Emeralds, it explains what the beauty of it. This glass city, right? With all these rocks and stuff, right? And our enemies who persecute us as our slaves, you know. We just got to endure this. And it says, and therefore I bade thee remain in thy field where no house was builded, for I knew that the highest would show this unto thee. Therefore I commanded thee to go into the field where no foundation of any building was. Right? So he's showing him the vision of Zion, the beauty of the kingdom, right? In a field. So you make sure he's not think he's seen things. No, you're seeing this. You're in a field of flowers. You're seeing the kingdom of heaven, right? And it's gonna be on earth. Therefore for in the place wherein the highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man's building be able to stand. And therefore fear not, let not thy heart be affrighted, but go thy way and see the beauty and greatness of the building, as much as thy eyes be able to see. Right? Because the King of Heaven have no end. Right? The brothers talk about us going from galaxies and traveling, whatever we want. Our spaceship, you know, kingdom, just establishing just greatness, you know, rulership in righteousness, you know, the Most High's light just shining on forever, right? Just perfect living. Everybody into subjection, all these nations into subjection. Us ruling in righteousness and the law, statutes, and commandments is in our inward parts. Perfect, everything perfect, right? It says, and this is beautiful right here. For in the place wherein the highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man's building be able to stand. Right? So he's just showing them a vision in this field. And you can't even have these buildings and stuff, because the vision of what he's showing them, a city. Remember, the city is like emeralds and rocks and stones and just beautiful glass. So it's not like cement and Esau's kingdom, right? His skyscrapers. No, this is the kingdom of heaven. You can't even show it in Esau's kingdom because it's so beautiful. There's no likeness to it, right? 56 says, and then shalt thou hear as much as thy ears may comprehend. Because here we are in these bodies. The eye nor the ear can comprehend. It says that's a precept on what greatness, the things to come. For thou art blessed above many other, and are called with the highest, and so are but few. Many called, few chosen. And with the highest, right? 144,000. Ka hala Yahweh Bashim Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, dressed in white robes, shining, glowing with the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. No man can see because his brightness is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And it says, but tomorrow at night thou shalt remain here, and so shall the highest show thee visions of the high things which the Most High will do unto them that dwell upon the earth in the last days. So I slept that night, and another like as he commanded me. Right? And this through the Spirit is just bringing in the book of Ezra, right? You go into the end of days and stuff. And he shows him, he continues to show him great things, you know, but the message is don't seek things too high for yourself. You know, he ends up telling him, enough, Ezra, enough questions. Right? And with that, we're going to say, Kwam Yasharala. Of course, all praises, honor, glory to the mighty Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Right? DTA, a ball. We almost out. Shalom, Akim and Akwat. Till next time, Shalom.